Hello and welcome to SGPN's The Daily Dog. I'm your host, Britton Hess. I'm here with my favorite Underdog Fantasy Pick'em plays for Friday, April 25th, 2025. Can't believe it's already April 25th in 2025, but I say that every day. Time flies when there's so many games, so much action, so many picks to be made every day. Time really flies. So use that promo code DAILYDOG, DAILYDOG at UnderdogFantasy.com or in the Underdog Fantasy app for a 50% deposit match bonus worth up to $1,000. Sorry that this show is coming out so late. Latest of all time, I think I've ever released an episode of The Daily Dog, but none of this is early action. You have time to get these in. You got a couple hours to get these picks in before games get going at about 7 Eastern. You know what? I'm sorry I'm late, but also I was putting in the work. I know I did a little podcast appearance on a different show, but also I got to tell you, I got 4 picks for Saturday. So we got 2 UFC entries. We got an NBA entry for Saturday, NHL entry for Saturday. So this show should get you at least till Sunday here. But also on the show, we got MLB entries, we got NBA entries, as I said, NHL entries, pitchers, first inning runs allowed or yes or no, Lotto entry, Dong Squad, all that normal stuff. So if you're new to the show, sign up the promo code DailyDog at UnderdogFantasy.com or in the Underdog Fantasy app for a 50% deposit match bonus. All right, MLB entry number 1. We're going Aaron Judge, higher than 1.5 total bases. He's going to be a huge, popular home run pick today. Juice isn't worth the squeeze, and also Aaron Judge is swinging for contact, baby. He's getting on base. He's not just a walk or home run bot anymore. He's hitting doubles, he's hitting singles, he's hitting triples, he's hitting it all. So I like total bases here with Aaron Judge against Barrios and the Blue Jays. Going to pair that with another Mets star, former teammate of Aaron Judge in New York, Juan Soto. Taking Juan Soto higher than 1.5 total bases. I believe that our guy Juan Soto, 1 is going to enjoy being in this matchup, and 2 is going against Jake Irvin, the righty. A righty for Soto is always a good thing. He's been walked twice by him in the past, but I think that he is going to get on here and get higher than 1.5 total bases, get a home run, get a double, get a couple singles, whatever, man. Just get it done. 2.7x multiplier on Aaron Judge, higher than 1.5 total bases. Juan Soto, higher than 1.5 total bases. Total bases is a little bit of a sweat. It's always a sweat. It's never easy, but total bases, let's just hope we get some doubles in the first inning and move on with our life in that 2.7x. MLB entry number 2, Andrew Benintendi, higher than 1.5 hits, runs, and RBIs for the White Sox. Benintendi should be in a good matchup here against Severino. He's hit him well at 13 hits on 35 at-bats. It's a 3.71 average. You got 2 home runs. You got four doubles and a triple against Severino. So I like Benintendi in this matchup. Benintendi and the Jets. I don't know why I said that. There's no Jets involved in this, but it's like Benny and the Jets. Get it? And then I'm going to take that with Austin Riley, higher than 1.5 hits, runs, and RBIs. Chris Sale on the bump for the Braves. Gallon on the bump for the Gallon is on the bump for the D-backs. I think that these pitchers are getting by on their reputations and not how they're playing this season. I think Austin Riley is going to be just fine against Zach Gallen here. Austin Riley higher than 1.5 hits, runs, and RBIs. 3x multiplier. I think this game has a good chance of having a lot of runs scored. NBA entry number 1. We are going back to the well with our guy, Payton Pritchard. The number's up a little bit, but with all the injuries, he's got to carry even more of the offensive load here. Give me Payton Pritchard higher than 14.5 points. No Jason Tatum, no Drew Holiday. More minutes, more offensive usage for Payton Pritchard. Obviously, he can shoot the 3 ball. Obviously, he can shoot what's the word? He can shoot free throws. He can get some buckets in a bunch of different ways. So give me Payton Pritchard higher than 14.5 points. Pairing that with Austin Reaves higher than 18.5 points. I know that I've been riding this a lot and it hasn't always gone our way. But again, I think on the road, I think there's got to be a game. There's going to be a game this series where Austin Reaves goes off for 25 plus. I think that he can go for 19 at least here. They need help offensively, those Lakers. So give me Austin Reaves higher than 18.5 points. Luka can't do it all himself. So Reaves higher than 18.5 points. Payton Pritchard higher than 14.5 points. 3.15x multiplier. NBA entry number 2. We're going with some stars, baby. None of these role players. Anthony Edwards higher than 26.5 points. Home playoff game for the young star of the Minnesota Timberwolves. Give me Anthony Edwards higher than 26.5 points. And then I'm going to take Damian Lillard higher than 22.5 points. He played a full complement of minutes in his first game back in Indiana. Now he's back at home, still going to play a full complement of minutes. I think his shooting is going to improve a little bit. Got that rust rung up after the other day. Give me my man Damian Lillard higher than 22.5 points with Anthony Edwards higher than 26.5 points. 3x multiplier. All right, let's get into NHL entries for tonight. We're going to go with Nick Suzuki of the Montreal Canadiens, higher than 0.5 assists against the Caps. I think that there's going to be some goals on this game, to be honest. I think that this thing has a good chance of being, 6, 7, 8 goal game. I think the Canadiens are going to be tough. They're always going to be tough. I think that the Capitals are just a better team, more depth, more options as far as scoring the puck, and obviously very good defensively and goaltending. But I think Suzuki is going to get an assist here. Pairing that with Leon Draisaitl at home against the Kings, higher than 0.5 goals. Leon Draisaitl is a puck master, man. He gets the puck on net. He gets the lamp lit at home in front of this Edmonton crowd. Give me Leon Draisaitl higher than 0.5 goals. Nick Suzuki higher than 0.5 assists. That's a 3.24x multiplier. NHL entry number 2, Logan Thompson, goalie of the Capitals, higher than 2.5 goals allowed. A little bit scary there. I mean, it's playoff hockey. People expect to be lower scoring. I don't think in this game. I think Montreal is going to be throwing everything in the kitchen sink at Logan Thompson. I think this is a higher scoring game. As I already said, I think Thompson's going to allow 3 or more here. Pairing that with Jesper Bratt, higher than 0.5 points for New Jersey Devils at home against the Hurricanes. The Hurricanes are looking to dominate this series, but at home, I think Brett is going to contribute to that score sheet. 2.58x multiplier there. Pitchers, number 1, Kodai Senga and Jake Urban, lower than 0.5 first inning runs allowed. I think these dudes are going to start off just fine here. So give me Kodai Senga plus Jake Urban, lower than 0.5 first inning runs allowed. Pairing that with Hayden Wesneski and Seth Lugo, lower than 0.5 first inning runs allowed in the Astros against the Royals game. I think both these offenses have struggled at times this season. I think these pitchers are just fine. I think they can get through the top of the order in this game, and they're not going to allow a run in that first inning. This is a 3x multiplier. Pitchers entry number 2, Chris Sale plus Zach Gallen, higher than 0.5 first inning runs allowed. Again, I think that these names are doing a lot of heavy lifting here because these guys have not played that good this season. Give me Chris Sale plus Zach Gallen, higher than 0.5 first inning runs allowed. Then with Paul Skeens plus Yoshinobu Yamamoto, higher than 0.5 first inning runs allowed. Fading the names once again. Skeens has given up a dong to Shohei Ohtani in the past. Yamamoto, he's pretty dominant, but this Pirates team, they're annoying. When you think they're going to die, they show up. When you think that they're going to show up, they die. I think that we're getting good value on this first inning run here in this Pirates against Dodgers game. That with the first inning run in the D-backs against the Braves game is a 3.43x multiplier. All right, let's get into Lotto entry number 1. Damian Lillard, higher than 3.5 3-pointers made. As I said, I think that his shooting is going to be much better here. I think he can get 4+ 3-pointers here. You can even go higher. I think he could hit 5 in this game, no problem. Then I'm going to take Quentin Byfield to score a goal for the Kings. Guys on fire. And again, I think it's going to be a higher scoring game up there in Edmonton. Ellie De La Cruz, higher than 0.5 stolen bases at Coors Field. Ellie on base, going to steal bases. Get on base, whether it's a single, whether it is a double, whether it's a walk, he's going to steal a base. 17.77x multiplier, or if you flex it, 8.88x / 2.42x if it goes 2 out of 3. As I like to say, you should be conservative on these long shots. Speaking of long shots, let's go to the Dong squad. Hunter Goodman against Abbott. Abbott's been awesome for Cincinnati, but good lefty versus righty matchup for Goodman at the Coors Field. Thin air. Give me Goodman higher than 0.5 home runs. Brent Rooker, of course, Brook Daddy higher than 0.5 home runs. And Julio Rodriguez higher than 0.5 home runs. 83.25x or 41.62x if you flex it. You should flex it. 6.67x if it goes 2 out of 3. When we hit a flex earlier this week, it's still paying for these entries. So let's go. Let's get that flex. Let's get at least 2 out of 3 on the Dong squad. All right, let's get to UFC tomorrow. UFC Kansas City. Andre Muniz, higher than 0.5 takedowns against Ikram Aliskerov. Aliskerov hasn't been tested all that much in grappling in the UFC. That's all Muniz wants to do. Then Jacqueline Amarim, higher than 0.5 assists against Polyana Viana. Viana, not that good. Amarim is a dominant grappler, tons of ground control. She's got lots of subs. So Amarim submission, Muniz higher than 0.5 takedowns, 2.47x multiplier. Then we will go to UFC number 2, Malcolm Wellmaker. Fight time lower than 14.99 minutes against Cameron Saman. Both these guys can bang. Wellmaker is making a name for himself. He's making his UFC debut. He's a KO artist. Saman has knocked out plenty of guys as well. I think that these guys are going to be swinging for the fences, trying to put on a show in KC. That's why they're on this card. And then I'm going to go Ian Gary, fight time higher than 17.5 minutes. I think he's going to be able to drag this thing out against Prates. I think that Prates is the dude. I love Prates. I like his potential here, but I think Gary is going to muck up this fight. So I think that we're going to go a little bit long here, get deep into that 4th round or the 5th round. 3.21x multiplier on that one. Saturday, NBA number 1, Evan Mobley higher than 16.5 points on the road. Mobley, that's just too few points for a guy of Mobley's quality. And then Isaiah Hartenstein higher than 8.5 rebounds. The man is in there just to get boards. 2.58x multiplier on that one. NHL for Saturday, Austin Matthews higher than 0.5 assists. Kirill Kaprizov higher than 0.5 goals. Two team leaders showing up when their teams need them. That's what I'm seeing here. That is a 3.4x multiplier. Really nice multiplier for us on Saturday. That's all I got for you today. Thank you for listening. Good luck on your picks, and let's make some money.